This is lesson 412, connecting slope ratios to specific angles. So we're really working on adding more ratios to our slope toolkit. So this triangle, we know that an 11-degree angle has a 1/5 ratio, 1/5 slope ratio. And our slope right here is y/20. So we can just set that equal to 1/5. And then we can cross multiply. And we're going to get 5y = 20. So y = 4. So that missing side over there is 4. We're going to use our toolkit for the same ones here. 22 degrees has a 2/5 slope ratio. And then our change in y is y, and our change in x is 25. So if we cross multiply and solve for y, y = 10. Here, 11 degrees, we know that's a 1/5 ratio. And here our change in y is 100, and our change in x is x. We can cross multiply again, and x ends up being 500. 45-degree angle, we should talk about this one. A 45-degree angle, we'll add this to our toolkit. That's a 1/1 ratio. So we can set 13 over a to 1/1, cross multiply. Obviously, a ends up being 13. This one, 4/4, this time we don't know what the angle is. 4/4 simplifies to 1/1. And we just learned that that was for a 45-degree slope triangle. So our angle here is 45 degrees. Over here, our slope triangle is 2/50 or 20/50, which simplifies to 2/5. And looking at our slope triangles, we know that this is for a 22-degree angle. So that's 22 degrees. And then here, 79 degrees. We don't know this one yet. You don't know it. So we're going to move on and see if we can find it. So here we have a triangle. We know that the angles in a triangle should add up to 180. So 11, 79, and 90 checks out. Have we seen this triangle before? Yes, we actually have. We've talked about an 11-degree triangle before. Okay. We know that the ratio for an 11-degree is 1/5, right? So we could find x. We could set that equal to 7/x, cross multiply, so that x = 35. Okay. Could we find the slope ratio for 79? Yeah, we could. We could kind of draw this triangle and rotate it so that now 79 is the angle. Okay. And this was 7, and we found that that was 35. So this is 35/7, which is simply 5/1. So the slope ratio for 79 degrees is 5/1. What do we notice about 11 and 79, those two numbers? Well, I'm noticing that they add up to 90 degrees. And the relationships of their slopes, well, 11 degrees is a 1/5 slope ratio, and 79 degrees is a 5/1 ratio. Their tops and bottoms, their denominators and numerators have been switched, and we call this inverse. These are inverse fractions. So that's going to end up being a rule. When two angles add up to 90 degrees, their slope ratios are inverses. So let's go ahead and apply this. We know the slope ratio for 22. 22 is a 2/5 slope ratio. 68 plus 22 add up to 90 degrees. So we know that their slope ratios should be inverses. So the slope ratio for 68 is going to end up being the inverse of 2 over 5, which is 5 over 2. So with that information, 5 over 2 should be equal to, I'm using what we have over here, 30 over x. Then I can cross multiply. So 60 equals 5x. And x ends up being 60 divided by 5. X ends up being 12. So we're going to go ahead and add these to our toolkit. All the ones that we've learned. So I'm going to go back to the notes where I have my toolkit. We did 45 degrees. That's a 1 over 1 ratio. We did 68 because that and 22 are ratios. So that's 2 and 5. 5 over 2, which is 2.5. Let's see, we also did, which one did we also do? 68, 79 and 11. We can fill out 79. That was inverse to 11. So if 11 is 1 and 5, 79 is 5 and 1. Okay. And we will keep filling out this toolkit as we go. Oh, and I think we did 8 as well. That was 1 over 3, which is 0.3 repeating. No, that was 18. I'm sorry. We don't know 8 yet. All right. And then moving on to the check your understandings. Whoops. 100 over 20 simplifies to 5 over 1. And we know that's the ratio for a 79-degree angle. So that's what that angle is. When these two angles are the same, those are both 45-degree angles because angles in a triangle have to add up to 90. So 45, 45, and 90 add up to 100 degrees. And we know the ratio for a 45-degree angle is 1 over 1. So we can set x over 13 equal to 1 over 1. So x is 13. Here, 79-degree angle, we know the ratio for that is 5 over 1. So we can set 10 over x equal to that. And x ends up being 2. And then over here, 20 over 8 simplifies to 5 over 2. And we know that is for a 68-degree angle. On to medium. 70 over 35 is 2. We don't know a 2 over 1 yet, so we'll have to come back to this one. 2 over 2 simplifies to 1 over 1, and we know that's for a 45-degree angle. Here, 68 we have to be careful. The other angle would be 22. So this is actually for a 22-degree angle, right? It's always the angle that's down here. And the ratio for a 22-degree angle is 2 over 5. So x over 70 is 2 over 5. So 5x equals 140. And then 140 divided by 5, x equals 28. All right, and then this one, an 11-degree angle, we know that that is 1 over 5. So x over 30 equals to 1 over 5, so x is 6. Then on to the spicy. Let's think about this. If we have a side length of 0, obviously it doesn't look like 0 in the picture, but if we have a change in y of 0, that means there's no angle. It's really just a straight line. So the angle here is 0 degrees, and we can add that to our toolkit. Here, the 11-degree angle, we know that for 11 degrees, let's see, 11 degrees is 1 over 5. So 7 over x, x equals 35. Here, 4 over 10 simplifies to 2 over 5, so this is a 22-degree angle. And then here, 22, that means this angle is going to be 68. And 68 is a 5 over 2 ratio, so we would set that equal to x over 30. 30 times 5 is 150 equals 2x. So then x is 75.